In fact, ANC officials have started making their way to the home of the late Deputy Secretary General Jessie Duarte.
Now, of course, she did pass away in the early hours of this morning. Our reporter, Pule Letshwiti-Jones, is outside Duarte's house in Johannesburg, and he joins us now. Good morning to you, Pule. So what are you seeing at the moment? Have ANC figures started making their way, or even any political figure started making their way there?
Yeah, definitely morning. We've seen some of the family members making their way here at the home of the late ANC DSG Jessie Duarte as well. We've also seen some of the ANC leaders also making their way here at the home. But most importantly, this is a great loss, not only for the democratic movement, but of course for the country as well. Ms. Duarte was described as a very courageous individual who believed in a non-racial and non-sexist country as well. So there's just been quite a lot that's been said about that, and this has been a great loss for everyone. But I'm joined by the brother now who's going to be speaking to us, Mr. Zain Dango. Thank you very much for making time this morning and speaking to us on eNCA. Maybe perhaps if we can start about, how the family is feeling after having heard such, sad news as well.
The family is devastated. She was a very central and very important person in our lives. She was the only daughter amongst 8 brothers, and she was really as a matriarch in the family. She took care of a lot of us, including myself, from a very young age. So we're devastated, but we're also relieved in the sense that 8 months of struggling with cancer has come to an end. It was a long and hard battle, but in the end, I think she's at peace. She's out of pain, and we have had to make peace with her leaving us over the last couple of weeks. So we were preparing ourselves. We didn't expect it to be today. It could have been, a week or so. But I think that we've come to terms because we knew she was in pain.
Maybe you could just share with us, what are some of your last words you had with her?
The last couple of weeks we just spoke about the fact that she's at peace, she's ready to go, and she just worried about everybody else and whether they were fine. And so we just spoke about keep issues related to the family and ensuring that she's loved and remembered and cared for.
Maybe, there's been a lot about how the funeral arrangements will be taking place. Do you know what will be taking place in today?
Well, she's going to be buried in accordance to Muslim rites. So she passed away just after midnight last night. So she will be buried at 4 p.m. today at West Park Cemetery.
Yes. I've spoken to the son earlier on. He was saying that the Deputy President is also expected to arrive. Is that what has been in plan?
We're not sure who's going to come. We're hoping that what we're going to be having at the house, it'll be intimate and for the family and friends and perhaps some of the ANC officials. But we're not sure who will come and who will not come. I think that at the cemetery we may have more dignitaries, but at the house we're hoping to keep it small and close. Yes.
Thank you very much for joining us on eNCA this morning. That's, of course, the late Jessie Duarte's brother, who just shared some of the sentiments they had just before her passing. They're saying there were a bit of memories that he could remember, which they spoke about as to when, of course, Ms. Duarte was saying that she's ready to leave, but she was worried about how everyone else in the family would leave, would be or feel like after having struggled with that long battle, of course, with cancer. So it's quite something that the family says they're still devastated by, and of course we'll be giving you more developments as more family members and some of the ANC leaders as well begin to make their way here at home. I don't know, maybe I can just show you, my colleague can just show you on the left-hand side. This is where the home is. As you can just see, this is where some of The friends and families are beginning to make their way inside, and from there onwards we'll be following the program. We do understand that at 10 a.m. this morning there will be a briefing as well at Letshwiti House that will be taking place. I think that will be administered by the ANC as well. But furthermore, what we also understand is that according to the program, the family will proceed to the West Park Cemetery just around 1:30, and that's where the funeral will be taking place as well.
Thank you very much. We'll leave it there for now. Pule Letshwiti-Jones, I know that you're definitely on the story as we are anticipating to get more reflections on the life of course, the late DSG Jessie Duarte there. As you heard, she will be buried according to Muslim rites at 4 p.m. this afternoon. The African National Congress